Greetings, it's Ian from RTL here. Welcome to Pick and Mix. Thursdays, if you never know what Pick and Mix is, we change it around every week. This week we have got In the Camera's Eye, and then the next week we get the US Top 10, then we get album artwork, and then we get a UK Top 10, and then we come back round to this one. So that's how it works. And today we're going to look at a performance from ZZ Top that was recorded at the Nokia Theatre in Grand Prairie, Texas on November the 1st, 2007, and it was released on DVD and Blu-ray in 2008. It was also released as a CD as well, and it is a fantastic thing. And of course, it's the wonderful Frank Beard on drums, Billy Gibbons on vocals and guitar and harmonica, and the late, great bass player Dusty Hill, who does backing vocals on and lead vocals on Tush and co-vocals on Got Me Under Pressure, Pearl Necklace, and Heard It on the X. So the show opens up with one of my favourite tracks off Eliminator, and it's Got Me Under Pressure. I think this is one of the best live versions I have got. The vocal from Dusty is fantastic. When I was watching, I watched this the other week to get prepared for this, and it was so saddened that we don't see him anymore. He was a fantastic bass player, and he was the engine room of this band. And this song is absolutely superb, this version. Then we go into the two opening tracks from Tres Hombre, my favourite ZZ Top. We have a little bit of Waiting for the Bus and Jesus Just Left Chicago. Billy's guitar playing on this is just fantastic. You got Frank at the back keeping the beat in the groove, and Dusty stood there cool as a cucumber, putting out that wonderful bass line from both songs. Terrific versions. I've seen them do this. It's absolutely brilliant. They sound as good as it did in '73. Then they do a couple of tracks off the Del Guelo album. Two of my favourites. Again, there's so many great songs on here. We've got I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. Brilliant version of this. Billy and Dusty are just so in the groove. Just absolutely wonderful track. The crowd like it. Everyone likes this. Then they do Cheap Sunglasses, which I think is always a lot heavier live than the studio version. I love the studio version, but I think the live version has got more grunt, especially Dusty's bass line. It really does. I mean, he was the bottom line. He was the master, and it's such a brilliant thing. Even the little tones of the boo boo, it really is great. Okay, up next was a track from El Loco, which the production on that is not the best. There's some great songs on it, like Pearl Necklace. Now, I've always said that the live version of this is far superior, and this is probably the best version of it. Fantastic vocal. You got Billy and Dusty. It's just a fantastic track live. Always liked it live. And then we come to probably the best track on the whole DVD, and it's from their second album, Rio Grande Mud, and it is the brilliant Just Got Paid. Once again, this sounds so much better live. It's one of my favourite tracks by the band anyway, and it's just absolutely a great vocal from Billy on it, and Frank's drumming on it is always good. Now the next track is not one of my favourite tracks. It's from Afterburner, my least favourite album, and it's Rough Boy. But This version is pretty good because we haven't got that horrible 80s sounding drum on it for a start, and it's a little bit more raw and it's more bluesy, and I do like this version, believe it or not. I think the song is good, I just didn't like it as it was produced. Once again, I've heard this live and it just sounds so much better on stage. Then before we get the next track, Billy does a little bit of a bluesy guitar solo, and he is one of the most underrated blues players in the world, I think. There's some lovely slide guitar on this as well. Absolutely brilliant. And then that goes into a track from Fandango, Blue Jean Blues, another of my favourites of Fandango. Brilliant stuff. Then we go into the little trilogy from Eliminator. Gimme All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man and Legs. Gimme All Your Lovin' sounds great. Sharp Dressed Man does. Legs. Out of the three, Legs is probably my least favourite of these three songs. And I don't think it was one of them tracks that was very good in the studio. I mean, especially when they remixed it, it got a little bit more gimp. But the live version, I don't think it sounds as good live. I know there's a lot of people that love the song, but as a live track, it doesn't do anything. But the other two sound great live. Then we go back to the El Loco album, and another track that sounds so much better live, and that's Two Snake Boogie. It's the one where I've got a sister she lives on the hill, she won't do it but her sister will. It's a crowd thing, all the crowd sing it, and it's great. The bass line on this is just absolutely amazing, and it sounds a lot heavier than it does on the album. And then we go into classic songs mode now. Back to the Trison Bright for the brilliant and the best track they ever recorded, Lagrange. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, especially the bit at the beginning where you got Frank on the just tapping the sides of the rims of the drums, and Billy's fine performance at vocal rise, absolutely brilliant. Then we go to Tush from Fandango, and Dusty on Fire, he sings this, and he sings it brilliant. I mean, they do still do it now. Billy sings it great, but Dusty was the man. Some great slide guitar work from Billy on this. It's just a terrific. There's a funny bit here. He's smoking, I think it's not a cigar, but it's like a very thin cigar things, and it goes out, and one of the road crew comes on stage and really lights it. It's quite funny, but he keeps playing as well. Absolutely fun that is. And then there's a bonus track on the DVD. It's not actually anything, and it's ZZ Top's version of Jimi Hendrix' Foxy Lady, and boy is it good. Very hard to cover Jimi Hendrix songs, and they do a fantastic version of Foxy Lady. I think it's because the Jimi Hendrix Experience were a three-piece. These are a three-piece, and they don't change it. They just play it cool. Brilliant track. I had to mention it because it is just a very, very good cover. So yeah, this is a great video. I saw them back in 1994 on the Athena tour. Great show. I think that, I mean, I thought they made some great albums, but I think their live performance was brilliant. Lots of memories, but this video is just great. This version, it's recorded in Texas. It's in their home state, where the fans are very loyal to them. It's just a fine performance. There's no backtracks on this concert. Really enjoy listening to this. I've got it on, had it on CD as well, and I do play it a hell of a lot because it is just a great live, and it's got all the great songs. You know, it's got them classics. Every one of them is a classic, except Rough Boy, I suppose. But even this version is super. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, that's all for today when it comes to videos. But we'll be back tonight, of course, at 8 PM for the live stream. If not, we'll be back tomorrow, and it's live album ranking. And we've got Fu Manchu. They only made 2 live albums, but they are killer live albums. And brand new album tomorrow, another anticipated album from a lot of fans. It's the new album from Mogwai, The Bad Fire. And just a quick reminder, on Sunday we will have the songs that should have been #1 in the 50s and 60s with myself, Richard and Simon. We should have had it last week, but because I was not well, we postponed, and we are doing it this weekend, so you'll see it on Sunday. So have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.